Get him, Vic. Alright, just got this rear louver back from paint. It's looking pretty fucking shiny. Looking good. The other two I'll be putting on next, but let's get this one done tonight. Gotta clean the window, put the urethane on, be good to go. Alright, so what I like to do is get some painter's tape, get these lines basically to the corners that you want, figure out your gap, and then you take that painter's tape and you run it along, and I'll show you that in a second, but this way when you put the urethane down on the window, you know exactly where you need to put it, so when you lay this on, it'll be in the perfect spot. Fucking spray painted ass shit. Look at that. Can't wait till this thing's painted. You got your baselines where you're going to be putting your urethane, so you know your gaps are going to be correct. So you look here, there's no more glass showing basically. That way you know to keep it on the line just before it. That way you know that it's actually going to fucking stick. So, time to clean the window and get at it. I know it's all personal preference, but I really like my invisible glass cleaner. Shit usually doesn't leave any streaks or any of that stuff, and it makes it a really good surface, so let's get the spraying and fucking get it clean. Okay, that works too, I guess. Yeah, yup. Get it all on there. Time to wipe. Now that you got that all wiped down, dry and clean, and you popped in your quarter panel from leaning on it, go in the car, fucking reach in the fucking hole back here, kind of try to get in there, and boom, all fixed. Now time to let it sit for a second, dry fully, and get the urethane on. Oh boy, fun. Now for the urethane and the last few items you're gonna need to do this. Caulk gun, some 3M window weld. If you're like me, you don't want this shit flying off on the road and you want it to stay on for a long time. And a beer, because this shit's gonna be a mess. And definitely suggest gloves. These are high grade, as you can tell. So definitely need all that for this job. Let's get at her. Let's pitter patter. You want to get the most precision bead possible with your Parkinson's shaking and everything. All the precision, look at that. Amazing. And I just realized I'm putting my arm in bird poop. Awesome. Fun part begins. She's flexing.
Do you want me to grab it?
Yeah, you're gonna have to grab one. You just gotta be careful with your fingers to not touch that urethane, because it'll stain your shit real quick. And then just kind of slowly let your end in. Just watch your fingers.
That corner's in.
You got room to wiggle it around and stuff like that, so you don't have to worry about all that. Just want to make sure you don't get it on your fingers. Push it down, move it around, do all the fun stuff with it. Get all that urethane nice and sprayed. There it goes. You can see it coming through right there. Get it nice and squished. Squish her down.
Stretch.
Yeah, right. Just a nice push down. For the most part, this stuff will stick to it and keep it down. Shit. You just don't want to make sure you don't get it all over the place because then it'll leave marks. Awesome. Back. Well, it'll come off, but...
We have 48 hours to get it off.
Yeah. You could just take some window cleaner if you get it on there like that, so... Just keep forcing her down.
Do you need more gloves?
Yeah. But it's fine. Keep forcing her down, make sure you got her in the spot you want. So some of the corners, they're not going to want to stay down fully. They're going to kind of move around and shit, like this one. Kind of go up and down. For this one, you could just take some painter's tape. Bring it around. Try and get it nice and tight. Push down. Push on the tape. Try to pull it as tight as you can get it. It's all hopes and prayers after that. It's as tight as that's going to get, the urethane's going to hold it either way. This side's down and tight. That side's down and tight. So it's just this corner right here that needs to get taped down. Take your trumpet pop out. It's got to have pops rolling around. So it's doing that. Same concept. Just take the tape, push down, pull this shit tight, push down hard, pull tight.
And rip.
So that should hold it down just enough to actually get it to stick. The rest of this stuff, you can take a razor blade and it'll come right out.
Voila.
Yes. You get a little bit of urethane on the actual paint because you're too lazy like me and you didn't tape off the surface before you did this. Just take your rag and kind of wipe it off before it fully dries and it'll get it right off of there. A little bit more and boom. She's gone. Now I just got to do the rest of my finger fucked mess. So I'll be back, but that's pretty much how you do it. So I'll show you the finished product in the morning. It should be all set and clean and good to go. It's looking good though. Pretty fucking stoked. Now just to get the fucking car painted. You got any of the excess residue off? I just used a microfiber because you know that's the right thing for fresh black paint. And then if you see like residue, I just used my finger and it got off like the little bit of residue left. Now that you got all that shit off, just go around pushing it down. Make sure your hands are fucking clean so you don't have to go through that process again. Just go around pushing. Just keep pushing. And then yeah, this stuff, if you want, you can use your finger or whatever and swipe it. I just let it sit and then I'm going to take a razor blade and carefully just cut along it and it'll come right out. So basically just going to push it and let it sit overnight and see how it comes out. Last one worked out perfectly, but that one was a lot more to it because it was the V1, so it had like the 3 cutouts and shit, so it was a little bit stronger than this one. So we'll see how it comes out though. I got the side ones already painted. I just need to wait for them to dry a little bit more for actually installing them because it takes a little bit more practice to do so. Walking around it and pushing around the edges for a little while, I realized this side did not want to stay down. So I just took the tape, lifted up the hatch, pulled it as hard as I could while I was pushing down and wrapped it up and in. So now it's holding it in and it's not flexing. So, and if there's a little bit of give, the urethane will stick to everything and it'll keep it in place. So it's not like a big deal, You just more or less want to keep it as close to the window as possible. But next will be the side ones, so see this in the morning and see the final result. Well, from further inspection, being JP fiberglass and everything, you know, sometimes you just gotta work with what you got and deal with the hands you're dealt. So yeah, that's holding this corner down because the tape was not doing the job. So hopefully that doesn't fuck anything up overnight. Hopefully. But it's she's holding her down. Yeah. It's the right way to do it, right? I don't know. This ain't no body shop. Good rock. And so now that it's crack ass of dawn, you've searched fucking Marketplace like Joe Dirt with his auto traders, and you grabbed your I'm gonna be tired by 3 o'clock drink. You make sure your rock fell off overnight. So, you know, no damage, we're good. Fucking shit sticking to me. And get yourself an X-Acto blade, start peeling the tape, and I'll show you how it looks after we start cutting. But you know, you got like these little bumps, should come right off. That counterweight though, perfect. This bitch is on here, not coming off at all. So let's start peeling. Mint. I'll get the inside stuff later. Being lazy, it's early. Come on, pull off some of this spray paint so I have less work. Nope, nothing. Alright, cool. Come on now. Yes. Get off of there. Come on. Yeah. This frog tape is pretty fucking decent. There you go. Get off of there. Yeah. Stupid piece. Alright. I'll start trimming and I'll get back to you. Yeah, well, my dumb ass figured out the better way to do it. Now it's basically down to glass again. And I got way better solid chunks than those little nerd-knees. So I'm going to do the same to the other side. Make it nice and clean. So let's try that. See if I can do it one-handed. So basically, just take this knife, run it all the way down. Make sure you're basically touching the glass and just cut along. And when you're done, it should just pull up almost in chunks that are solid. First chunk peeled up, let's see how this goes. Oh yeah, way fucking better. And there you go. Cut on an angle and then cut straight down, and then it'll come off in a big ass chunk just like that. So last little piece, and then this is basically done. Alright, now that edge is all cleaned out down to the glass, looking good. And then since it is JP fiberglass, you're gonna have weird edges that come up so you can still see some shit. Now you can really just take whatever you want and fill it. I'll probably end up using like a black silicone, lining this whole edge, running my finger along it just to seal it off and make it look smooth. This, I'm probably gonna do the same, just so I can make a smooth look around the whole thing. But that's how you do the rears. Pretty simple. The side ones, that's gonna be a different story, and I'll leave that for part 2, but thanks for watching, and that's how you do the rears.